Welcome to Celebrity Scoop, where we dig deep into the world of the famous and the infamous. Remember to hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop. Today, we're peeling back the layers of a curious incident that has everyone scratching their heads, the enigmatic vanishing act of Sophie Chandauka's Sky News interview. Sophie Chandauka, a name that has been on everyone's lips lately, is no stranger to the limelight. Yet, her recent stint on Sky News has raised more questions than answers. Picture this: Chandauka, cool as a cucumber, presenting her version of events regarding the turmoil at Centobale. But then, just as quickly as it appeared, the interview is nowhere to be found. Vanished, gone, wiped off the face of Sky News. Intriguing, isn't it? Now, this begs the question: why would an interview with such a high-profile figure discussing such significant matters suddenly disappear? Could it be legal issues, perhaps? Or did Sky News realise that they had aired something that was, well, problematic? After all, it's not every day that a network pulls an interview with someone of Chandauka's stature. This unexpected turn of events has left the public in a whirl of speculation. What was it about the interview that warranted such drastic action? Could it be that the narrative Chandauka was spinning was too far from the truth? Or was it a case of the network wanting to distance itself from potential controversy? The answers, as of now, remain as elusive as the interview itself. But one thing is clear: Sophie Chandauka's credibility is on the line. The sudden disappearance of her interview has left the public even more sceptical, and rightly so. If Chandauka was indeed presenting the truth, why the need for the interview to vanish? Sophie Chandauka's credibility is on the line, and the vanished interview has left the public even more sceptical. More than ever, the world is watching, and the truth, as they say, will out. Now let's delve into the heart of the matter: the chaos at Centobale. The charity, which was once a beacon of hope, saw its very foundations crumble under the leadership of Sophie Chandauka. She was supposed to guide Centobale, to help it thrive. Instead, under her watch, the unthinkable happened. The entire board of trustees, including the founders Prince Harry and Prince Seiso, resigned. Now, these aren't individuals who would abandon their posts lightly. These are people who believed in the cause, who wanted to make a difference. Yet they felt compelled to step down. Reports flooded in, painting a picture of a charity in chaos. Allegations of financial mismanagement, bullying and manipulation of board meetings were rife, and at the heart of it all was Chandauka. Her leadership, or lack thereof, was under scrutiny. Yet instead of taking responsibility, she chose to play the blame game, to deflect, to deny. In her now infamous Sky News interview, Chandauka attempted to rewrite the narrative. She painted a rosy picture of her tenure at Centobale, glossing over the turmoil that marked her leadership. But the public isn't easily fooled. The truth has a way of coming to the fore, of casting a harsh light on deception. The chaos at Centobale wasn't a minor hiccup. It wasn't a simple disagreement among board members. It was a significant setback, a disruption that threatened the very mission of the charity. And yet, Chandauka seemed unfazed by the damage her actions caused. Perhaps she believed she could shape the story, craft a narrative that absolved her of any wrongdoing. But reality is not so easily manipulated. The truth is stubborn, unyielding. And now, with the disappearance of her Sky News interview, Chandauka's credibility hangs by a thread. The situation at Centobale is a stark contrast to the rosy picture Chandauka painted in her interview. Indeed, it's a reminder that actions speak louder than words, and that the truth, no matter how inconvenient, will always find a way to surface. Sophie Chandauka didn't just deny the allegations, she tried to rewrite history. As audacious as it was baffling, her televised spectacle was a desperate attempt to shift blame and alter the narrative. She wanted to paint herself as the beleaguered executive, a victim of circumstances rather than the architect of Centobale's internal chaos. But remember, folks, this is the same woman under whose stewardship the entire board of trustees resigned, including its founders. The audacity to sit there, knowing full well the turmoil she had caused, and then try to deflect blame, was a spectacle not to be forgotten. How can someone who played such a pivotal role in the disarray of Centobale sit on national television and blatantly deny her part in it? But then again, isn't that what those caught in a web of their own making do? They deny, they deflect, and they try to rewrite history. But what is even more telling is the sudden disappearance of her interview. If Chandauka was so confident in her version of events, why did the video vanish? Was it due to looming legal challenges, or did even Sky News come to realise they had aired something indefensible? Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. Chandauka's credibility is on a downward spiral. It's a slap in the face to those who know the truth. It's an insult to the public, who she thought she could manipulate with her spin. But most of all, it's a disservice to Centobale, the organisation she was supposed to lead and protect. Instead, she chose to protect herself, at the cost of the very people she was supposed to serve. Chandauka's attempt to manipulate the narrative is a slap in the face to those who know the truth. Her actions are a stark reminder that truth, no matter how inconvenient, will always find a way to surface. No amount of spin can hide it, and no amount of denial can change it. This isn't the first time we've seen individuals try to control the narrative with PR stunts. Indeed, in the world of celebrities and high-profile figures, PR stunts are often the go-to strategy when there's a need to divert attention, reshape public perception, or, as in Sophie Chandauka's case, attempt to rewrite history. We've seen it time and again. Celebrities feigning relationships for the cameras, politicians making grand gestures just before elections, executives making bold claims about their companies, only for the truth to unravel and expose the deceit. But this isn't a Hollywood movie where you can script your own ending. In the real world, truth has a way of surfacing, no matter how deep one tries to bury it. Take the case of a well-known tech mogul who promised a revolutionary product that would disrupt the medical industry. She appeared on every major news outlet, dazzling audiences with her vision. But when her claims were scrutinized, the reality was far from what she touted. The product was a sham, and her reputation crumbled. Or consider a famous athlete hailed as a national hero, who staged a dramatic comeback from a career-threatening injury. He was showered with accolades, his story touted as an inspiring tale of resilience, but it was later revealed that his miraculous recovery was aided by performance-enhancing drugs. The truth once again shattered the carefully constructed facade. These examples serve as potent reminders that PR stunts and spin can only take you so far. In the end, the truth catches up. It's a lesson Sophie Chandauka seems to have missed. Her attempts to manipulate the narrative, to paint herself as the victim rather than the instigator of the chaos at Centobale, have only served to put her credibility in question. If Chandauka had nothing to hide, she wouldn't need to resort to spin and PR. The facts would speak for themselves. But as we've seen, the facts tell a very different story, and no amount of PR stunts can change that. Because in the end, the truth always has a way of making itself heard. The removal of Chandauka's interview is a clear sign. Truth always finds a way. The aftermath of Sophie Chandauka's Sky News interview and its subsequent disappearance speaks volumes about the power of truth over deception. Chandauka's attempt to rewrite history was a daring performance, a spectacle that unfortunately fell flat. The erasure of the interview from Sky News may well be the beginning of the unravelling of her credibility. It's almost as if a spotlight has been shone on the shadows of her PR spin, exposing the reality of her actions. What does this mean for Sophie Chandauka? It's simple. She's at a crossroads. One path leads to continuing the charade, hiding behind carefully crafted public relations stunts, while the other, the harder path, leads to facing the truth, acknowledging her actions and making amends. The choice is hers, but the longer she waits, the more she risks. Her reputation is on the line, and the public is watching closely. The court of public opinion can be a harsh judge, and it does not take kindly to deception, especially when it involves organisations like Centobale that exist to serve the public good. The aftermath of Chandauka's interview is a wake-up call, a call to action. It's time for her to step out from behind the curtain of PR spin and face the music. The truth might be uncomfortable, but it's the only path to redemption. She owes it to herself, to Centobale, and most importantly to the public. It's time to set the record straight, to acknowledge the chaos at Centobale, and to take responsibility. And if she's truly committed to the cause she once led, she will do the right thing. Those who truly care about Centobale deserve better than this shameless attempt at revisionist history. Thank you for joining us on Celebrity Scoop, and don't forget to subscribe for more.